Hey everybody, it's John with Contract Diagnostics. I wanted to run through a checklist with everybody today that we've come up with as everyone kind of starts to job hunt or have your job and you're looking back at your contract and you're just kind of looking at what are the things you know. These are the things that we came up with for a checklist. First, compensation, of course. Make sure everything is very clear. Understand how the base salary, any bonus is set up. And of course, make sure it aligns with general standards, norms, and updated data. We have all of that here, of course. So call us if you'd like to see the updated compensation data from MGMA, from our internal, very, very robust and I believe best in the nation compensation database, which again is real time. So what we did today, you can see tomorrow for compensation structures. The next thing on the checklist, make sure your schedule is very clear. Any call obligations, if it's Monday through Friday, let's put that in there. If you're working days or nights, that should be very clear. If it's an average of 40 hours or a minimum of 40 hours or a maximum of 40 hours, make sure you understand how it's bucketed and how they're allocating your time. Make sure the locations are very clear. If it's one location, if it's multiple locations, if it's one location outside of the main hub, make sure it's capped. No more than 1 day a month, no more than twice per week, whatever it is that your expectations are. Make sure that the benefits are very clear. So review the benefits. Make sure you understand what they are. Know the policies mean that they could change at any time, but understand everything from PTO to CME to family leave and everything in between. Make sure you understand the renewal process and the termination provisions in the contract. Does it automatically renew forever and ever? Does it end and you have to renegotiate it? What will they do at the end of the 1, 2, or 3 year or more term? Understand the no-cause terminations. We're seeing some contracts without them in there. It's very concerning, and I think you should understand the termination section and have an out just in case you need one. Understand any restrictions, non-competes, non-solicitations, no outside activities during the process. Understand paybacks on any bonuses giving to you up front, or maybe you spend $5,000 for CME in January. It's a calendar year, and you leave in June. Maybe you owe them $2,500 because you spent the whole budget, but you only were there for half of the year. So understand policies regarding how you could be compensating them at the end of the job. Understand malpractice insurance. We've been over this 1,000 times. It's hyper important to know what you have, the policies, the limits, what you're obligated to do, and of course, who is buying tail insurance. Make sure you know how much tail insurance does cost if you have to buy it, or if you have an occurrence policy that they could change to a claims policy and you may not have any control over it. You should know what your worst case scenario is to terminate the contract and have to buy your tail insurance. Make sure you understand the professional development as far as what they're requesting from you. If it's just keeping up your CME, if there's other additional responsibilities or training or anything, if there's requirements before the job like hospital privileges, staffing, credentialing, going to an orientation class, being board certified, or having a state license, of course, all those things are generally required in any job. Maybe they'll give you 2 or 3 years or 5 years to do your board certification, but understand the timelines involved with all of those things. Know if there's arbitration clauses in the contract and what that means. Understand intellectual property clauses and how that could impact you or your future ideas in the coming up. Make sure you understand any metrics that they're going to judge you on as far as performance goes or quality things that they're going to check on. Make sure you understand if you can do outside activities, which may fall under the restrictions. It may fall under an exclusivity clause. So that's something that's also important to understand. Make sure you understand indemnification clauses. We just talked about that on a prior episode. And make sure you understand the, quote, miscellaneous provisions, because they might be miscellaneous, they might be irrelevant, but we've seen things buried in there like non-competes, and it's easy to see miscellaneous and think, God, it's just normal stuff. But there could be something very important buried in those miscellaneous sections hidden at the end of the contract. So make sure you read through all of those and understand all of those clauses as well. These are important things to go through on a checklist. Obviously, we spend hours going through these before you guys talk with us, and then all of our packages at Contract Diagnostics have a full hour call with one of our members here who all work in-house. We don't just outsource somebody to you that's going to give us a fee the lowest fee that we could possibly give. So we make the most money off of you in a foreign state. No, that's not what we do. We do everything in-house here at Contract Diagnostics, and every single one of our packages, even our cheapest basic review comprehensive package, has a full hour-long call and a comprehensive follow-up email. So if we can help you with anything, reach out to us here, give us a call. We will be here to help with anything on our checklist. And of course, we encourage you to develop your own as well. Enjoy the rest of the week.